Hi everyone, thank you very much again for joining us at Digital Solopreneur. Okay, today we're gonna feature another Pinoy email marketer who's crushing it online. Okay, and he's a good friend of mine from years ago pa. Okay, he's probably my first friend online who does email online marketing in general. And yeah, we've seen each other grow, and I'd like to feature him because he's into a very competitive niche, like personal finance, and he's doing very well at it. He's none other than J3 Patino of Pinoy Money Academy. And yeah, J3, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, Alan. Thank you for having me here. And dun sa intro mo, no, gusto ko lang sabihin na ikaw rin ang first friend ko sa online.
Romance moment, romance moment. Yeah. Could you share, J3, a little bit more about what you do?
Okay, so hi everyone, and what I teach is basically I help Filipinos how to get out of debt, how to help them grow their income, save more money, get into investments like stocks, mutual funds, etc. So money matters mostly
Right.
ang focus ng business.
Right, yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who blog, who talk about financial literacy, mga financial advocates, no. And siguro before we go there, no. We just like to get to know you a little better. So meron akong a couple of icebreaker questions. First siguro, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Green. Any particular reason for that? The color of money?
I think it's more of yung nature. If na color.
Right, nice. Siguro, I know you as a very calm guy, no? Very calm, very deliberate. But what is something that yung nakakainit talaga ng ulo mo? It's your pet peeve.
In general?
Yeah, in general.
Okay, ba? Hindi traffic eh. I'm there. Yung kapag may sumisingit sa pila. Or yeah, I think that's something na yung pag nawala yung common courtesy.
Right. It's not so common, di ba? Right. Tapos lastly siguro, is there a hidden talent behind J3 na hindi nakikita ng tao?
Hidden talent?
Hidden pa rin.
Tago na lang natin, green eh.
Yan pala yung favorite color eh. Hindi pala nature. Well, nature pa rin. Sige, we'll keep that hidden. Sige natin at the end of the call, baka i-reveal mo na. Anyway, yeah. So na-mention nga ni JP, no, he helps people a lot in their personal finance. So can you tell us, JT, how do you exactly do that? Because I know that you do courses as well. You're a natural teacher, actually. You've taught, diba, sa UP before, so it's inherent in you. Could you tell us more about your products and how you deliver this education sa tao?
Okay, so mostly what I sell is online courses. So these are training programs, mga pre-recorded videos. It's me teaching via PowerPoint, very classroom style-ish, pero dinala mo lang online.
Right.
And you know that's where I teach the concepts, and then people buy this training, they go through it. You have a Facebook group, so it's different courses na iba-iba yung topics essentially. Right. Now over the years, nag-expand na siya into coaching, yung mga one-on-one tulad ng gantong call kunwari, with clients. But yeah, 80% of it is online courses.
Nice. And ang gusto ko rin kay J3, si J3 kasi it's medyo pagka-introvert din siya. I think we resonate a lot because we kind of have a lot of overlaps of personality. But you wouldn't know, no, si J3 is actually a YouTuber din. Although, yung mga videos niya are really PowerPoint. Kasi mas style niya yun, no? Hindi, so could you tell us more about J3, yung the way you deliver, the way you train? Kasi napansin ko when I look at your videos, whether YouTube siya or your training content, no? It's very organized, no? Yung parang may flow talaga, parang teacher talaga, pero hindi boring na teacher. So, could you tell us more about your teaching style?
Okay. So when you mention siguro yung entertainment factor niya, like if the viewers are familiar, you can go to YouTube and search Pinoy Money Academy, no? Maraming videos na lalabas na. Two things I think I guess unique to us. Number one is yung visual animation nun. That's not me. That's actually my partner, si Luis Medina.
Mhm.
He's the master animator na, nagtatanong maraming tao, parang, ano ginamit yung software para dito? PowerPoint yun. Everything. PowerPoint actually, na just taken to a high level. And then, the second thing that I think makes us entertaining is I guess the voice behind it. Na when I deliver content, I want to make sure na exciting siya and maganda yung voice delivery, voice acting niya. Yun.
Nice. Yan, pang romansa talaga yung boses ni J3. Romansa ng pera. It doesn't sound good, no? Pero anyway, let's move on. So you do courses, no? And you're teaching styles through video, yung animation, not necessarily face to cam, no? I think that would resonate as well sa mga taong parang not yet that comfortable with going on cam, no? And sometimes gusto lang ayaw nila technically makilala, but they just want to deliver the value, which is similar to the way we do emails, no? It's kind of very introvert friendly to some extent. No, could you tell me siguro how big of a role does email play in your business?
90% of income is driven by email.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, yun talaga siya. 90% is driven by email. For those of you who don't know at this point, kasi hindi pa ako nag-ads in my business. So, yeah, 90% walang kinalaman sa Facebook, walang kinalaman well, I think may kinalaman sa YouTube. But the growth has been organic and yung pinaka-machine behind the business is really email.
Nice. So you mentioned you don't do ads. No? How people may be curious, how are you generating subscribers?
So diyan na ngayon pumapasok yung word of mouth and the YouTube videos that we put out weekly, although nagkaroon ng a few years na parang 2 years na hindi ako naglabas ng video. And traffic also comes from the blog na is promoted on Facebook, but in general, ito yung observation. If I don't send an email for that month, mababa rin yung kita for that month. It's a direct proportion talaga.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, and I'm a fan of your writing. I would reply to your email or message kita directly pag email talaga na nag-click talaga sa akin. And siguro, how would you describe your writing style?
Okay, I think I copy a lot. So subscribe din kasi ako with other online marketers na international.
Right.
And if I see an email na gusto ko, kinokopya ko siya. Not necessarily na I keep them in a database na sige, but that's how I write most of my emails, na talagang kopya lang. Kopya lang. Now, the weekly emails, kasi there are two kinds of emails that I think I'd send. Yung mga product launch emails na, here's this new free course, then ito na yung product, and then it's closing time, so that's a sequence na. And there's a template there na I believe you share with your audience naman. And then there's the weekly type of emails, yung relationship emails lang. There's this new post on the blog, yung mga simple lang. So pagka ganun, own voice na yun, I guess. Na actually, ang nangyari na lang nun, yung first paragraph ng blog, yun yung parang lumalabas dun sa email. Na, of course, formatted and edited a bit. But yun siya.
Interesting. When you say you copy yung mga nakikita mo sa international, what do you copy per se? Kasi of course, yung messaging would be totally different. Pero ano yung kinakopy mo from them? Is it the framework? Is it the voice? How does copy? How do you define yung copy?
Oh, sige, I copy as much as I can.
Okay.
So, parang ultimong subject line, okay, what's the first word in their email? What's the next word? Next word. So, ang
Right.
papalitan ko lang yung benefit or yung circumstance.
Right.
That's it, no? So, okay lang ba like, if I share?
Sure. Go.
Sige, so, let me load up an email. Hindi ko na i-share screen ko pa ba? Hindi na.
Yeah, pwede. Go ahead.
Sige. Okay. So, let me close some windows.
Baka ano din yan.
Oo
Yun
nga.
yung talent.
Sige, share tayo ng screen, no? Inalabas mo dito ng ano? Share na yung screen, no?
Yes. Nakita ko si Brandon.
Yeah, so this is the most recent email that I copied. Last one. Okay. So, isa side by side ko para makita niyo yung what I'm doing. Okay, so Brandon is one of the personal development coaches that I follow online. And ayan, ito yung email niya which he sent out
I think J3, ang nakikita namin yung sa'yo. I think you're
sa akin lang.
sharing the browser kasi. So, nung tinanggal mo sa browser.
Oh, okay. Screen na lang natin.
Yeah, screen na lang natin.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So, sige. Game. Ayan. Last call. Yun yung email subject line niya. Ang sinend ko, last call. Okay. So, first word niya, deadline today. Last call on Wellness Masterclass. Deadline today. Last call on my program. And then there's a bit of difference here. But sige, lang. May email akong sinend dito na 48 hours. Okay. So anyway, 48 hours. This is the email I sent yesterday naman on deadline email din siya.
Right.
So, price increase. Now, dito sa email ni Brandon, nakalagay kasi, expires tonight. So, decide now if you need this program, yung program niya with this quiz. You know you need wellness strategies when blah. So, yun lang yung kinopya ko in the email na parang, I want to help you make a decision if you're in or out. Is the winning the game of wealth program for you? Let's check. You don't need this if the bullets are different, pero roughly the same thing. Yung kumbaga yung format niya, it's done. So after ng bullets, in other words, you're not doing as well as you could. Here, in other words, you have mastered all the money skills. So,
right.
Talagang you just change to make it more applicable to you, but the format, I mean, these are big guys. These are people earning probably 8-9 figures kapag in peso. So they know the formula. I just copy it and make use of it.
Right. Kasi add your own flavor na lang dun sa style nila. All right, cool. Of course, at the same time, they do several testing din. So that's a great way to start off. Kasi important is for people to start off, di ba? And kung na-intimidate sila to write an email, it's good to mimic, di ba, yung formula ng iba. Just at least to get started. Siguro sometimes may also understand that sometimes people do some split testing. So, hindi natin sure kung anong nakukuha natin is the winner or not. But at the same time, at the same time, yung core nila, kasi yung baseline nila of copy talent, mataas-taas na, di ba? So, whether or not yung winner or hindi makuha mo, at least may kampante ka na it's legit. Of course, nakita natin, J3 still injects his voice. And actually, majority of the email pa rin comes from yung buha bullets na yun, si J3 nagsulat. Right? So, it's not necessary. Nakita mo si JT demonstrate niya. He did copy the structure, copy some subject lines. But of course, yung voice mo, iba naman din sa voice ni Brandon, di ba? And I think dun yung, more than the words, I think the way na pagkakilala ng tao sa'yo, your voice still goes through dun sa email. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Before we go sa next topic, no, I don't know what that is, but you mentioned something about split testing.
Right.
Ang pumasa ko lang in my mind doon ay because for newbies na natatakot siguro mag-send ng email, you know, a bad email is better than no email.
Agree, yes.
Kasi parang zero anong conversion mo with no email eh. Parang you get 0 clicks, you get 0 opens, you get nothing.
Right.
So, kumbaga, if you're someone na natatakot mag-email, just send it. Okay yan. Okay lang yan.
Right.
The bad email is still good.
Right. And just to clarify, when J3 says bad, maybe bad in the sense na beginner ka pa with writing email. Not bad in the sense that it's spam or it's misleading. So that's parang ibang bad yun.
Yeah.
We'd rather you not say that. Pero we're talking about, you have good intentions, good product. Maybe the writing is bad, but you know, get it out of your system. Kasi doon lalabas eventually maayos. Pag nilabas mo yung mga junk mo, yung mga basurahan version. Right? So that's very interesting. And siguro nabanggit kasi, I'm interested with maybe some of your favorite subject lines that you've used, or even some of the email stories that you've used. What have been some of your favorite ones through the years?
Email subject lines?
Yes.
Yung sinend ko or yung natanggap ko?
Yung sinend mo, yung galing sa'yo.
Oh, okay. Yung sinend ko, this would be first name, pwede bang umutang? So I think that one stuck. And it's my favorite. Hindi ko maalala yung open rates eh. It was above average.
Right.
Compared to the other emails. Pero wala lang, natuwa lang ako nung nasulat siya. Okay. I think this is gonna be a fun email to write.
Did you come up with the email subject line first bago yung email mismo?
Yeah. Kasi yung parang sinesend kong article lang is about how to say no to utang addicts eh.
I see.
So, ayun, parang, paano kaya to?
Nice. Did you get any particular mga replies based specifically dahil sa subject line?
Yeah, parang mga tumatawa. And then, ang weird lang is may mga taong sumagot ng hindi.
Kala ko magkano.
Sure, how much? Pero yeah, that one sticks out.
Any particular emails that you had fun writing? Anong story yung ginamit mo or?
Okay, the most recent one is, I guess, yung Black Friday. The Black Friday email. So, for context, kasi ako ayoko ng Black Friday in general. Ayoko ng mga sale, ayoko ng mga promotion kasi I guess this is just my personality na ayoko ng mga sale because people just buy things they don't need and want, etc. Ganon. So, Black Friday, I know lots of people will start opening their emails and expect to see mga 40% off, 50% off, etc., etc. Now, at that time, yung launch ko was coming to, may nila-launch din ako na product. And so, parang, I just asked myself, what if, instead of giving a discount, magbigay ako ng, parang doblehin ko yung presyo ng product. But I'll add a certain bonus and a certain guide. So, I guess I should just share ko yung email na yun?
Sure. Go ahead. I remember we were talking about this last year, no?
Yeah, oo.
Sige.
Black Friday.
Yeah. Sige nga, share mo yung email. That's interesting.
Okay. So, ito yung subject line. A Black Friday deal unlike anything you've ever seen before. Ayan. buddy, you've been probably getting a lot of emails from companies with their big discounts, coupons, and bundles today. And as a person who hates sales, since a lot of people end up buying things that they don't really need, but get it because it's cheap, I thought of doing the exact opposite. I'm doubling the price of my program from 997 per year to 20K per year. So you'll get this, and this, except one thing. Instead of the boring 30-day money back guarantee, you'll get a 10 times your investment in 1 year or get 110% of your money back. Actually, pinalitan ko to get 2,000 extra on top of your money back. So, parang on the fly, nung sisend ko ng email, pinago ko siya. But anyway, yan siya. You'll get 10x your investment. Then, if hindi, get 2,000 pesos extra. To put it simply, I'd like to put where my money, where my mouth is. So, yun siya. And then I just explained that guarantee. But yeah, so ito yung email na natuwa ko, and that's the reason I shared it with Alan and a few friends. Kasi parang, sige nga, let's do this.
Right.
Ayan.
Yeah. So how was the response to that email naman?
May kumagat.
Uh-huh.
This is an email for fun. By the way, at pala, sometimes I send emails just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Na, alam mo yun, hindi naman natin kailangan laging seryoso.
Right.
May kumagat na isa.
Mm-hmm.
But the most of the people, they click the regular buy link. Kasi meron naman dalawang call to action eh.
Right.
Regular enrollment and then this one with a special guarantee. So, maybe ulit. Okay. That was fun.
Galing. So, how is it so far? Kasi that was a 10x pa yung ano. So, that's a year, di ba? So, kamusta yung progress niya naman? So far, so good?
Actually, I'll have to follow up with him. Kasi, may stipulation syempre. Kasi,
right.
10x.
Yeah.
But I see him going through the course pero hindi pa kami nag-one-on-one call.
Okay.
And that's one of the requirements
Right.
You get at least 4 one-on-one calls throughout the year.
Interesting. Actually, ang ganda nga no, kasi you showed 2 ways of writing yung emails. One is yung parang you modeled your email yung kay Brandon. Ito naman parang totally you flip it na ito very original kasi 'di ba lahat sa Black Friday sale. Tapos ikaw naman totally you went the other way around. I'm sure wala kang nakopyahan na model na. It's something that you tried out for yourself. You wrote it on your own. And at the same time, maganda yung sinabi mo nga na minsan you just write for fun kasi yung sa emails, it's about relationship di ba? Minsan boring naman kung it's always the same thing. You want to spice up the relationship from time to time. And at the same time, I think magandang, even if yung may isang nga kumagat, I think it gave a good contrast dun sa existing offer mo. Na parang, may ganitong offer si JT. Parang it gave them something to compare it against. Na I'm not sure if there's a way to track na baka it might have helped yung conversion mo doon if they saw that. So there's no definite way unless we really ask them. No?
Yeah.
Pero I just have a hunch na parang it gave them something to compare. So baka napakonvert sila sa original offer mo.
Yeah, I would think so. But pagdating sa email, I don't test a lot.
Yeah.
Writing is... At saka yun pala, yung sinabi mong sa original content. Kasi one of the things here when you have an online business is, di ba, parang nakaka-lonely siya paminsan eh. And email is the way you communicate with the world.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can find ways to inject some fun into your emails,
right.
Parang entertainment mo rin siya sa sarili. Hindi lang siya basta business,
right.
Get to work.
Totoo. Yeah, tsaka kasi usually mas maganda if you write the way you talk. So sometimes I would write my email. Sometimes tendency ng tao di ba, pag umupo, magsusulat, nasa writing mode. Pero kumbaga nawawala yung the way we naturally speak. So one of the things that I advise nga some of my students is to read again the email vocally Kasi, mapapansin, parang hindi natural tong sinasabi ko. Like, I never use the word person sa conversation. Parang ganyan. So, yun. Parang I do that na, I still catch myself na parang, parang masyadong wordy to or parang hindi to natural. So, yeah, I think that's something na yun nga, kasi parang entertainment din siya for you and for the recipient. So, meron nga nagtatanong sa akin, JC, I'm curious what your answer is. Kasi sometimes we do autoresponders, right? We pre-write certain emails. So, syempre, mauubos yun. Di naman yun forever. People sometimes ask me, how long ako magsusulat ng emails? Parang ganun. Kasi sometimes they think of daily or weekly. Parang, habang buhay na ba to na magsusulat ako ng emails? I have an answer to that, which is not necessarily an answer, but another question. What's your yung thoughts mo doon?
Okay. Kung may autoresponder ka, it should be like as much as you can yung pagsusulat.
Right.
Kasi remember this, the autoresponder is the back end na of your business. Like, kapag kunwari may initial sale ka, may initial kang product na pre-promote, and then you try to ask what comes next. Diba? Parang, what do I say after this?
Right.
It's up to you to decide kung ano yung gusto mong isunod doon. Pero the longer that is, the longer yung actually ito pala. So ito yung initial offer and then tutuloy-tuloy yung next, diba?
Right.
So the longer that is, the more passive income you have. Kasi ito yung passive income.
Right.
Yung side na to yung offers after the initial offer.
Right.
Most likely the initial offer, yan lang yung mag-recover ng, if you're spending for ads, yun lang yung mag-recover mo ng ads for your sweldo sa sarili, etc. But kapag mapahaba mo yung back end, that's where the money is. So go write it. Keep writing.
Right.
As a newbie, I guess, finish that initial sequence. And then after nun, dagdagan mo kahit like one new sequence a month or one new sequence a week. Up to you kung how many offers you want to make.
Right. Yes, ang ganda ng perspective about the longer it is, yung passive income na potential mo. And sometimes, another way I ask it is, instead of answering it directly, I would ask, you put it well sa simula pa lang na, yun nga yung emails, diba? Pag the less emails you send, the less income you generally have in direct proportion. So usually what I ask them is, how long do you want to be in business? Diba? Kasi yun yung it's the lifeblood of your business So if think about it, yun lang yung kailangan magsulat ka ng email. If you can do that well, or kumbaga consistently, yun yung kapalit nung yung salary mo, di ba? Yung job mo. So, think about it. Ang kino-compare mo is nahirapan to write one email. Pero you're willing to spend 8 hours to commute, spend yung habang nasa work ka. Di ba? Parang yun yung kapalit So, it's really how long do you want to be in business? And at the same time, yung autoresponder, it's like, si J3 yan. Yung, di ba, kumari sa work, as email writers, diba? Sometimes athletes din yan. We have our good days, we have our bad days. Tapos, inconsistent, kumbaga, as humans. So, yung autoresponder mo, it's like you're taking your best day and preserving that, making each email a reflection of your best day, diba? So, it's like J3 2.0. Parang dinuplicate mo sarili mo. Kasi, that's you speaking, diba? Dun sa autoresponder. It's like
walang
you working
walang mood.
Yeah, walang walang reklamo. So, I think yun yung parang how important it is. And if you see the right perspective naman, like if this is gonna replace your full-time income, just spending a few days to practice, few hours to practice your email can go a long way. So, yun. So, I remember, J3, kanina sinabi mo about yung pautang, no? And tinanong kita kung may mga nag-respond doon. I'm sure you get your share of mga trolls. How do you, say, pag nakakuha ka ng mga, like, kumbaga hater na email replies, what do you feel and how do you deal with them?
That's one thing that can really get me down sa mood. I mean, in terms of mood. And dati, when I was a lot younger and immature, may mga times na nagkumuha ka ng emails, parang, sige parang ito yung value na ina-add ko, and matino naman yung email, I would believe. Tapos naka all caps and I don't know, parang inatake mo siya eh. Yun yung dating. But I would sometimes put their name in mga dubious websites.
Okay.
Para, sige, gusto nyo ng spam, ito spam. I did that once.
You subscribe them to spam.
But sometimes, unsubscribe na lang. Yun na yung ginagawa ko ngayon. But looking in the future, dapat, kumbaga kapag may customer support na, ayoko na makita yung mga ganong types of, of emails kasi it's something na parang kayang sumira ng araw.
Right. It's nice that you mentioned that, though, JT. Naalala ko dati nag-uusap tayo. It kind of took me off guard, no, when you asked na there are times ba na parang you feel lonely. I was taken aback a bit kasi I see you kasi as being a very calm and collected, very deliberate. Parang you have everything under control, di ba? Tapos I never got the sense na parang you felt that. Of course, I felt it then. Parang I just didn't vocalize it. Could you tell us siguro a little bit behind the scenes? Kasi hindi ito madalas pinag-uusapan eh. Kasi like with online marketing, parang pounding the chest eh. Pagalingan yung mga tao. Never really sharing this parts of the business. Can you tell us siguro what was going through your mind when you asked that question?
Yung do you feel lonely?
Yeah, parang ba't mo siya naisip? Kasi I think, diba, that time, diba, you were feeling it a bit during that time.
I think at ibang conversation, ito yung conversation na I think tinanong kita lang, did you ever feel na nainis ka sa audience mo?
Yeah, that was there's
yun ba? Or that. Do you want the lonely part? Kasi yung lonely part wala akong recollection eh.
Ay parang kasi sometimes you mentioned parang we do this, diba, alone. Wala tayong kausap. Then I think one of the things na nabanggit ko is when I speak to yung mga students na naging successful, parang that helps me parang reinvigorate na kahit I'm doing this alone. Na yeah, siguro you mentioned parang may time to, diba? It was time for you to ayan, naalala ko yung conversation na about nainis sa audience, then sabi mo, you want to watch some motivational videos para umakit yung mood.
Yeah.
Siguro more on, less about the loneliness, but siguro more of the swings, the mood swings that can happen for you as a solopreneur.
Okay, so in terms of loneliness, I guess it's I rare yung feeling na yon, but it happens when a lot is on the line sa lunch. Na kapag, nag-open card ka na, and then abangan mo yung sales, di ba? And sometimes it's, boom, nice. And so yung expectation mo of the next lunch would be the same. Pero it doesn't happen. It falls flat. Right. So parang, shit, anong mali kong ginawa? And you have no one to turn to. You have no one to talk to about it. And you have no one to share yung, bakit ganon? Anong parang, it's the exact same sequence, it's the exact same but iba yung result. So, as a solopreneur, it's something na yung mabigat na burden. I need to figure this out. But there's not enough time. I don't have enough skills.
Right.
Hindi ko alam kung ano nangyayari. It happens. And pagka ganun, you just have to pick yourself back up eh. Hindi siya... It's part of it. Mahirap siya, But yun yung process
Right. Right.
by which you learn, by which you move on to the next launch,
Mhm.
and so on.
Right. And I think isang factor din dyan, di ba? Like now, we have our children na. Dati nung nagkakilala kami J3, hindi pa kasal, wala pang anak.
Yeah.
Different stage na ng buhay. And I think part of being nakaka-depressed din, especially now that it's higher stakes for us, di ba? May wife na, may anak na.
Yeah.
So, when you think, kasi with entrepreneurship, di ba? I think I was asking you guys before, no? Especially nung I transitioned to this full-time, na I was asking you guys, paano yung fear of course, ikaw na yung sole provider, wala ka ng regular paycheck, right? So on and so forth. And syempre, lalo na when we do launches, tapos you mentioned nga that you're doing the same sequence, the same videos, bakit hindi siya nag-launch? So, part siguro na nakaka-stress siya is because ito yung source mo of income para pakainin yung yung wife mo, yung anak mo. And you think that you figure this out, iting magiging yung bread and butter. Then suddenly, walang pumapasok na sales. Parang doble pa, more than before nung single ka, di ba? Kasi ito yung bedrock ko eh. Then, apparently, I don't know how to make it work pala. So parang, nakaka-panic to another layer. So, but it helps nga when you get a chance to talk about this. Like, yeah, I would reach out to you if I feel some trouble with Marv as well. So, I think this is the side na hindi masyado nakita ng tao din, no? That even if you have experience doing this, ang dami pa rin roller coaster na sa likod.
It doesn't end. You just get better at dealing with it. Diba?
Right. And I think yung humility is very important din to ask for help. Even, sometimes di maiwasan, di ba, na-attach, like your name mo would be attached to your brand. And sometimes parang you have to protect that brand. But there are times that you need help din, di ba? Na you can't be afraid to reach out for help and learn from kahit peers mo, even your peers. I think yun nga isang magandang support group.
Kahit yung yung meron ka lang mapagkwentuhan na parang, ito yung nangyari. It's parang, ba't ganun? Ba't ang baba? Ba't yun yung nangyayari? Hindi ko naintindihan.
Actually, minsan hindi mo kailangan ng advice eh. Parang kailangan mo lang gawin.
Yeah, and iba siya when you're speaking with someone na alam mong in your industry. Kasi, like, during a lunch, tinatanong naman din ako ng wife ko, kamusta ang lunch?
Yes.
But it's more of, alam mong it's out of courtesy.
Yeah.
Na it's out of yung sige lang, how was your day? Ganun. Right. Pero kapag, when you're speaking with someone na alam yung negosyo mo, alam yung business mo, alam mo rin yung business nila, parang gets niya na parang,
yes. Wala nang explain. Parang gets right to the point na, yeah. And I think that's something na very important, especially mga people if they're struggling to get this off. No one is immune. But everybody's vulnerable.
No matter what level you are in, whether you're starting out, in the middle, the top, going beyond that.
Right. That's true. And naalala ko, I was watching one video in YouTube. Tapos, it was about leveling up. You mentioned nga na sometimes you're still growing kahit anong level ka. Then, there was a seminar yata na billionaires ang mga nag-attend. Billionaires. Then sabi yung speaker, you're all poor. Ganyan. So, it's a matter of perspective, di ba? Parang, there's another level to go up to. So, yeah.
Hindi na.
Sabi you're all poor. Ngayon nga, na-startle ka, no? Bil ka na, hindi pala. So, yeah, interesting. Ito pala, a bit, siguro more of another side na siguro hindi mo dahil makita ng tao is, how did May, of course, Jay-Z's wife, no, react to your career? Kasi I know matagal na rin kayo, no? So, I'm sure nakita yung transition mo from teaching to nag-workout to this. How was her reaction then when you were starting out?
Ano ba? Kasi I started out parang boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang kami. And it was parang walang stakes
Uh-huh.
naman.
Uh-huh.
She was working, I was starting the business. Parang wala naman stakes eh. And so she was generally supportive, pero yung I guess the amount of involvement is yung ano lang, parang kamusta? And yeah, hindi masyado na pag-uusapan.
But she
Ganun.
wasn't like against it naman, like she didn't
Oh,
question
no.
what you were doing.
Not against, not curious din.
Okay.
Parang,
do your thing.
alam mo yun, ganun kami, actually. Actually, until now, ganun parang, you do your thing. Ang naramdaman ko lang yung I guess, nagkaroon siya ng stakes nung when we started planning for the wedding. Kasi parang, okay, ito yung budget. Kapag ito yung budget, ito yung kailangan ipunin each month. Yeah, then, sa business, parang, okay, how can I make my business earn this much extra? Sige, okay, game, let's do this.
Nice.
Yun yung, I guess, yun yung nag-create ng more necessity for me to grow the business. Kasi, I'd say yung first few months or first year in business, super bata pa ako, parang 26 years old, 20 or 25, 26. Can't remember.
Right.
But anyway, sa UP ang kinikita ko 18K a month. 6 months into starting the business, yun yung kinikita ko in passive incomes, commission sa affiliate commissions naman. So parang at a young age, nairamdaman ko yung financial freedom.
Right.
And I guess I was at a place na kaya ko ginusto yun kasi gusto ko maglaro ng maraming games. I wanted to play video games. And so there were months of a few good months na parang, okay, sige, maglalaro lang ako, pumapasok naman yung income. But yun yung parang wake up moment na, I have a wedding to plan for. Then okay, sige, let's continue growing this business.
Right. Ang interesting nun, no? So, iba kasi parang ginagawa, di ba, pang change ng career. At that stage, no, parang for play pa. To some extent, parang for play pa.
Yeah.
Nagbago na, no? May target na talaga. And yeah, I think that's important din, no? Kasi I'm a big fan of MMA, no? Mixed martial arts. And naririnig ko, so I would nerd out about yung mga talk show about MMA. Kasi sabi nila, yung fighters daw, of course, they always try to keep him in shape, no? Lagi sila, hindi ba sila nagiging ganon. But at the same time, hindi rin sila hardcore mag-training na nagda-diet. Pero iba, something clicks now when may date na sila ng fight. Na parang mentally, there's something that clicks that would take them to another level. So, parang I think that's what happened to you in yung equivalent ng athlete.
Yeah, oo, may deadline na.
Hi!
Yan. So, hi! This is Mika.
Hi, Mika. Yan.
Nagpapapapa kanina, nakamute. Nang gagano na.
Yan.
Ayan.
Mo Hi. Yan eh.
So, ayun nga, good point yung deadlines and yung creating necessity for you to continue growing.
Right.
Kasi there comes a point talaga in business na when you reach a certain level of success, parang, sige, pwede na, cruise na lang tayo, maintain na lang. But when that happens, actually, it's not flat. It's not ganun yung business eh. It's slowly going down until you do something na you force yourself to grow. Yun. So, very important yan.
Yan na si baby. So, di ba, I won't keep you too long, J3. Yung...
okay lang. Yeah,
I'm curious pala dun, over the years, no? So, we've been doing this for quite some time. What has been surprising for you when it comes to email marketing? Kasi I'm sure when we were starting out, we have a certain notion of what email marketing is about. In theory, money is in the list, di ba? But what is surprising for you from your mga perception of email marketing when you started until now that you're now been practicing it for several years?
This should be common knowledge, pero it's still, parang dapat hindi na siya surprising sa akin, pero it still surprises me. It's yung power ng emails. Kasi like, now, if I post a video or post a video on YouTube, post a video on Facebook, or make a post on Facebook, parang wala, 100 people reached, 200 people reached. Pero talagang email is so powerful na send out an email, make money. Send out an email, make money. Yun talaga siya eh. So, etong past, if I sent out 4 emails nung Feb 15, now it's Feb 20, o 4 emails pala na may space in between. So far na, so parang 30, 40 sales na yung program. So, parang, wow! Kahit na ba na-experience ko na siya maraming beses, it never stops surprising me na talagang send an email, make money. Send an email, make money. Yun siya.
Right. And nakita naman namin yung style ng email mo. It's not aggressive. It's not, I mean, it's very relatable. Parang conversation lang. And minsan wacky pa nga, di ba? Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Siguro, on the flip side naman, see over the years, of course, as entrepreneurs, no, especially sa online, you tend to invest in, kasi hindi naman to nakukuha sa college, di ba? So, we tend to invest in,
definitely,
in our own training, in ourselves. Siguro, in that period, what would you say yung most expensive mistake mo? So, maybe not necessarily monetary, but resources, time, effort na incur mo.
Okay. So, right now, meron na kasi akong like 7 online courses. And isang membership. Now, ang mali ko is that I kept on creating courses. Hindi ko pa build out yung back end. So, what happened this was 2015, I think. 2015, 2014. Parang promote ako ng promote. It was all one-off promotions. Oh, here's my new course. Oh, here's an affiliate product. Here's this. I wasn't building my back end. And so, naging hustle siya all the time. And very stressful din yun eh, in the business. Parang, okay, I need to promote and earn this much kasi yan yung papangsweldo ko sa team, yan yung pangsweldo ko sa sarili ko, and so on and so forth. So, that was a big mistake na hindi ko na-build out yung back-end funnel ko. And caused a lot of stress. So, if kaya kong bumalik in time, yun ang sasabihin ko sa sarili ko na, like, J3, stop ka muna sa course mo. I-build out mo yung back-end funnel mo para, it remains as passive income.
See, actually, nasagot na natin yung next na question ko yung traveling back in time. But siguro, just a quick question in lieu of that. When you say back-end, no, baka some people might not really grasp kung ano yung back-end. So, if you have one course, instead of doing many courses, if you have one course, what do you mean by creating a backend? What will you do instead of creating another course?
Okay. So, instead of creating another course, it's going to be, kasi, di ba, nag-launch ka, meron kang email subscriber, sabihin natin yung launch was 21 days. So, what happens next after that 21 days? Ang ginawa ko nun was, wala lang, iwan ko lang yung list, nag-weekly email sa blogs, ganyan. Pero hindi siya nasa autoresponder. Hindi siya automatically sent out. And so, what I would do instead is, yung mga promotions ko, lalagay ko siya sa backend. Parang, okay, autoresponder na siya. And if I found an affiliate product na, promoting your stuff or other experts, then, okay, sige, lagay natin sa autoresponder para humaba lang siya ng humaba. And, one of the goals I have this year is to build a 1-year funnel. 1-year autoresponder para pagpasok ng tao, okay, that's 1 year worth of work that's gonna be delivered by the autoresponder. So yun, build out the back end kasi nandun na ang passive income.
Actually, ako din, to some extent, ganun din yung focus ko this year. So, medyo in line nga tayo about building up yung automation at the back end. Kasi nga, especially life can happen kasi na sometimes you can't focus yourself to the business, especially work at home tayo. Sometimes may home matters that will find you. And diba? So having that ahead of time, actually parang to some extent gusto ko pa to take it to the extreme na kaya ng business tumakbo without launches. So that is kind of to the next level. Pero yeah, kasi yun talaga yung passive eh. Kasi if you're still jumping from launch to launch, there is, of course, freedom in that sense that you can earn for yourself. But at the same time, you're still forced to do it actively. So, yeah, and I think, yun nga, emails, when we say emails, kasi we're not referring to them as, we're referring to them actually as another 5-letter word, which is bagay sa personal finance, which is asset. No, kasi we can reuse it again and again eh. It's not yung disposable na one-time use. Of course, that also happens. Yeah.
I like that. Emails are, tama. It's an asset.
It's an asset na mahaba yung kumbaga yung shelf life niya. Wala siyang expiry. Of course, unless yung email is very specific to that time. But generally, it has a long shelf life. So, it's worth investing time and effort to learn it and to actually write it. Kasi gamitin mo ngayon, it will be will be forming part of your passive income. And yun nga yung sinasabi ko when I do a training, no, I do this 6-figure playbook training, answering the most basic questions ng mga tao, mga people who are starting out. And one of the main lessons I share there is that one of the problem kasi when starting out, diba, is yung shiny object syndrome na daming opportunity. You split yourself 5 different ways. But one of the important points I mentioned there is that yung in example ko yung Broadway. Like with Broadway plays, diba? It's the same play. Then you just move it around. It's perform the same play, earn much more money rather than creating 5 plays, then scattering them. Alam mo, yung kinakalat mo yung interest mo. And sabi ko, ito yung important thing. Actually, isa lang, mabubuhay ka na. Right? If you have a good product, kaya mo mabuhay. Just do it again, do it better, and it will repay you. And same with the emails, diba, na you do it right the first time, you can launch it again to the same people without writing any new emails. And I think yung sinasabi mo pa nga, without writing new emails, dadagdagan mo pa yung emails that's existing, that's gonna be parang you have your own ATM na eh, parang lumalabas with your online business.
Yeah. And para naman sa mga tao, like kunwari na, isa pa lang yung offer na meron sila. One thing na I've observed na ginagawa rin ng other online experts is that after 90 days, ulitin lang nila yung sequence.
Okay.
So even though it's the exact same sequence, parang, hindi ba weird yun? Well, it makes sense kasi, ano ba yung open rate ng emails? Like, you know that there are a lot more people not reading your emails than those who read it, diba? Ganun naman eh. So, after 90 days, nakalimutan na nila yun kahit nabasa nila yun. Even if it's the same offer, go pa rin.
Right. Galing. And I think one of the ways din to, kasi one of the, parang sabi nila, di ba, holy grail ng online business is to have recurring income. You have your membership site. So, and we started off with being affiliates of a membership site din. So, one way you can do back end, may isang offer ka pa lang, wala ka pang say membership, something na may recurring income. You can look at tools, for example, kasi tools, di ba, halos lahat ng tools ngayon, recurring na eh. Even Netflix, recurring. Softwares you use are recurring. So you can be affiliate of softwares na that could be a nice recurring income for you as well habang wala ka pa. So, medyo nalihis na tayo, no? Parang nagigig out eh. Hindi tayo maalis-alis sa topic eh. Pero, yeah.
Yeah, emails number one over
Yeah.
over anything else, over
Mhm.
Facebook, over uh stuff.
So yes, I think we covered a lot of ground, more than I expected. In fact, may special appearance pa si Mika. So, siguro if people, JT, would like to know more about you, of course, with entrepreneurship, hindi nalalay yung finance. I'm sure if you want to earn it sa online business, you have to know how to keep and grow it. So that's personal
Mhm.
finance is really very much connected with entrepreneurship. Where could they learn more about you and find out about your courses?
Okay, you can just go to pinoymoneyacademy.com, and we've got lots of different courses there available. Uh, and piliin nyo na lang kung ano yung tingin yung for you. But actually for the base for your audience na email subscribers, if for nothing else, subscribe just so you can get more exposed to emails.
Right.
Kasi yung exposure mo to reading, when you're subscribed to a lot of people reading their emails, dun mo rin mahanap yung boses mo.
Mhm.
So that's how you get started.
Mhm.
Copy lang, kopya lang. And sanay ka rin.
Right, right. Ayos. Great advice. So, kung hindi man sa course si J3, kahit yung emails na niya, makita nyo, busog na kayo. Last question na lang, JT, baka yung hidden talent, may pag-asa pa ba kami malaman or sa part 2 na lang yun?
Part 2 na lang.
Part 2 na lang. May suspense. No? Style din. Cliffhanger.
Open loop.
Since ako rin, may lesson pa rin. Alright. Thank you very much, JT.
Okay. Thank you, Alan.
Hey there, you're done. Let me ask you a question. Did you like this video? Let me know by hitting thumbs up or even thumbs down. Simply leave a comment below. Now, to get more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so that you get notified of our future videos. I'm sure you don't want to miss out. Now, lastly, if you want more help with regard to growing your digital product business, check out my site, digitalsolopreneur.com. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.